Good evening, campers, and welcome aboard the Starship Nightwish. I am Commander Exorcist, and it is Tuesday. Welcome to Taco Tuesday. This is where I take a Galnet article or something related to Elite Dangerous and talk about what's happening in the greater Elite Galaxy. Now, in terms of storyline and plots and all that stuff, there's a lot going on. A lot going on behind the scenes, in addition to the Titans and the Revenants and the stuff on the front lines. We've got an election, now. Vote for El Presidente. If you haven't seen him on Twitter, check him out. I know Fool's running. Good luck, Fool. Vote for El Presidente. He's got your best interest at heart. He's a man of the people. He's actually been a guest on this channel, if you don't remember. So today, we're not going to be talking about the election. Why? I have no idea. I don't know why there's not an update about that. But hey, you know what? This is what we've got. But what we do have today, what we're going to talk about today, is near and dear to my heart because it strikes at my superpower loyalty. If you don't know, I am an Imperial man, long pledged support to the Emperor. And, one of her family members has something to say. And we're going to talk about that. So let's get started with today's article. Hadrian Duval remarks on weak Emperor. I've only read parts of this, so as we read it, we're going to be reading it together and experiencing it together. And I do have a couple of comments already based on what I've seen, because this is some of the stuff I think that I've discussed in previous videos, especially related to Princess Aisling. So we've got an interview with Hadrian Augustus Duval. Has caused ripples in Imperial society for his direct criticism of Emperor Arissa Duval. I never get that name right, and don't criticize me because I'm terrible with names. Just get over it. Look at this name. Speaking to Paresa News Network, the former Nova Imperium leader discussed the Empire's commitment to Aegis. I've always known that the Empire is stronger alone, especially when protecting our people from the Thargoid hordes. Supposedly, Emperor Arissa felt the same until a visit from Princess Aisling turned her head. Okay. There's really nothing wrong with that. I mean, people change their mind all the time. What are we getting at here, Hadrian? Suddenly, her principles were cast aside and our valuable resources pledged to more foreign military projects. Okay, so I've talked about this in a couple of previous videos, and in my opinion, I think that the Empire is a strong superpower. Militarily, its government is strong, its people are strong. Unified, the Empire is extremely capable of taking care of itself. However, I would pose this question. Why divert all of our resources, all Imperial resources, to defending ourselves by ourselves, when we can contribute to a greater military force and not expend as many resources and get other people to expend their resources? And so we don't have to commit the full might of the Empire to the fight. All we have to do is commit enough to where it convinces the other superpowers to commit a little more, and ultimately it saves us resources, and it saves us as an empire. It saves our civilization from kind of just throwing ourselves at the Thargoids and hoping that we are able to defeat them, because this is different. I know there's stories of the first Thargoid War and the legends that are out there and all the logs and all the stuff about what happened before, but we've got to get it through our heads as commanders, as a civilization. What we're facing right now with the Thargoids is different. This is not like the first time. Something has changed. They're committing bigger resources. We're better prepared, but so are they. We cannot expect this to be like the last time, because it hasn't been. I can only wonder when the Emperor became so easily swayed. Was it during her year in captivity? Oh yeah, that's right. You guys didn't, I don't know if you knew that, but she was actually held captive for a year and nobody knew. Interesting. Did all that time in suspended animation drain her resolve? We cannot afford to allow the Empire to be governed by someone with a weak spirit. Our citizens deserve a strong, determined ruler. Go back to the wall, Hadrian. How dare you, weak spirit. So, here's my thought with this. Emperor Duval is a strategic leader. What Hadrian is wanting is a tactical leader. Hadrian wants the emperor to be in the trenches, directing troops and directing generals and saying, you're going to go here and you're going to do this. The emperor is a strategic leader. She always has been, and she's been very effective at it. Great leaders, yes, they're capable of being in the trenches, but some of the best leaders in history are the people that are able to take a group of people with a specialized set of skills. Say Hadrian Duval. Hadrian Duval has a gift for manipulating people and kind of a social situation, okay? And then you've got the people at Aegis, and you've got the people at Azimuth, and all these different agencies. You've got the imperial military. She's gifted at taking all these little pieces of the puzzle and maneuvering them in a way that ultimately benefits the empire. Yeah, it benefits everybody else too in a way, but when it comes to the Thargoid War, her actions have a direct benefit on the empire because of her strategic thinking and her approach to things. So Hadrian is short-sighted. Hadrian is seeing the emperor on the wrong level. He wants her to be on his level. She's not. She's never going to be. She shouldn't be. No emperor, no supreme leader. The federal president should not be on that level. They should be coordinating other people to get the job done. That's what senior leaders do, and effective leaders do. Vestergaard, Gudrun, I guess I got that right, royal correspondent for the Imperial Herald, commented that the anticipated friction between the Duval cousins has now become a reality. Anticipated or not, we knew it was there. Hadrian clearly took great offense at how swiftly Ashley engineered an exception to the empire's isolationist policies. But openly denigrating Her Majesty is a dangerous game. Yeah, it is. I mean, you've got some cojones to do that, but especially from the young revolutionary who once attempted to usurp her throne. Meanwhile, Princess Aisling has thrown herself into the role of overseeing the imperial contribution to Aegis. Now, let's stop for a minute and talk about that. Let's say, it's hard to say what exactly happened in that conversation between the princess and the emperor, but because the emperor changed her mind doesn't necessarily mean that she was weak. What if the emperor legitimately has her doubts about Aegis and its ability to maintain, this offensive posture? Yeah, we're in a defensive mode in the war, but lately the improvements to scanners and weapons and defensive systems have been offensive for the war effort. And so I wonder, I know if it was me in that position, and I want my empire to kind of remain isolated, but we've got an opportunity to coordinate with other agencies, say like the Federation. Well, then what I can do is say, you know what, Aisling, you're right. Maybe we, as a civilization, should coordinate with the others. As the emperor, she's not going to do that on her own. Why not send somebody to do it? Because I'll tell you this, if Aegis was to falter and totally screw this up, Aisling is going to take the fall for it. Do you think for a moment that the emperor isn't just kind of doing the little pyramid finger thing, hoping for that moment when Aegis falls and she can hang Aisling out to dry? I sure would. It's a great tactic. It's a nice little strategic maneuver. So you've got a positive outcome either way. One, Aisling works with Aegis to get positive production on war materials, defend the empire, defeat the Thargoids, everybody wins, because then the emperor can come back and say, you know what, I came up with this great idea, and look what happened. I sent the princess to be our representative and I saved the empire, because she will do that, and she should. She deserves to. She's the leader. But if it fell apart, then she could point to Aisling and say, I told you so. I told you she wasn't good. It's a win-win for the emperor. It's not weakness. It's strategic maneuvering. Court considers claim that she spends much of her time with military experts, absorbing information about the Thargoid conflict. Regularly, communications with her opposite numbers in the Alliance and Federation have become part of the daily routine. Some still see this as a high-profile PR exercise on her part, but others wonder if Aisling might become the wartime leader the Empire needs. Skeptics who believe she lacks the strategic talents necessary to succeed may yet find themselves surprised by her apparent enthusiasm for Aegis's work. Okay, enthusiasm does not equal ability. You can be enthusiastic about all kinds of things and absolutely suck at them. And I will say this. I like to give credit where credit's due. I'm going to be completely skeptical of Aisling because I think she's a manipulative woman. But when she does something good, I will praise her. I try to be fair. I don't want to be completely biased. But it's working. I don't know what she's doing. I can't say for sure that, the heat sinks or the pulse wave neutralizer, all of that stuff. I can't point to where any of that is a direct lineage from Duval. But hey, might be. If she's doing the work, good on her. Back across the wall with you, Hadrian. You don't know what you're talking about. And this is the problem with middle management and middle leaders. This guy's not a leader. He's a manager. And, it's a lack of understanding of the strategic importance of moving people around and making decisions that on the surface may not seem like a good idea, but usually there's a strategic reason for it, especially when you're dealing with a superpower like the Empire. So, do I think that the decision to drop imperial isolationism and appoint Aisling Duval to Aegis was a mistake? Initially, yes. I was concerned by it. However, more so with her appointment, less with the isolationist stuff. I do like a good military alliance. I've seen the benefits of those. But, I don't know. I just think that he's way off base here. And I think that this sells the Emperor short. I really do. But I think time will tell. We will see, because the war rages on. These are the disciples. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. It is these people that keep the channel going, along with all my fans and subscribers, everybody out there. But these folks contribute. And if you are interested in contributing and supporting my content, not just here on the channel, but on my other social media, photos and stuff like that, check out patreon.com/Commander Exorcist, exclusive videos and updates and all kinds of fun stuff. So thank you, everyone, for your support. That is all for today. Hadrian, get back on the other side of the wall, you fool. You do not know what you're talking about. Vote for El Presidente. Take care, everyone. Fly safe, and I will see you out there.